Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well. This is 27th of June 2022 and I bring to you some of the major articles from the Hindu today. So let's begin our today's discussion from the very first page, page number 1 and 15 also. From GS to International Relations, there are two articles that are about the recent G7 summit. So the first article says that Russia strikes Kiev, Ukrainian capital, as G7 summit opens. So this happened when G7 leaders gathered in Germany to discuss further sanctions in Moscow that the Russian missiles struck on the Ukrainian capital Kiev. Another article says that G7 proposes $600 billion global infra plan to rival China. And from these articles, you have to know what are the focused areas of G7 recent meet. Also know about the G7 grouping, its objectives, and what is the G7 doing about Ukraine. Further on, what else could G7 countries do? All right, moving further on page number 1 itself from GS to International Relations, another article, China upgraded firepower on the LAC. So, intelligence inputs cite upgraded air defense systems and expanded runways near the line of actual control. And from this article, you have to know about the present status of India-China border standoff. What is the new disengagement plan in Eastern Ladakh? What does this disengagement process entail and why has this taken so long? Further on, is the standoff resolved and key analysis and what can be the possible scenario ahead. Moving further on page number 6 from GS3 Defense Sector, there's an article, Agnipat Scheme against interest of the youth, says the Meghalaya Governor Mr. Satyapal Malik. And from this article, you have to know what are the features and benefits of Agnipat Scheme, issues highlighted and what lies ahead. Moving further on page number 7 from GS3 Environment section, there's an article about Amaranthus. So the article is headlined as Reviving Cultivation of a Traditional Crop in Mysuru. From this article, you have to learn the facts related to this plant, that is Amaranthus. Moving further on page number 8 from GS to International Relations editorial article that states Making Sense of New Delhi's Taliban Reapproachment. So from this article, you have to know what are India's key strategic interest in Afghanistan, how can a potential India-Taliban reapproachment advance such interest? Does Taliban have the intent or capacity to deliver on their promise and vice versa? And also, how would India engage with anti-Taliban constituencies? Further on, how will India's aspiration to become a global power be served by aligning with an unacceptable regime such as the Taliban? Moving further on page number 9 from GS3 Economy Sector, there's an article about the micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs. So bringing MSMEs into global value chain. These businesses are the ones that have faced the harshest of environments over the last few years. And from this article, you have to know what are the contributions of MSMEs in job creation and sustainable development across the world, impact of pandemic, potential of India's small businesses, MSME development initiatives of India, and further on, issues and what further steps need to be taken in this particular context. All right, moving further on page number 9 itself from GS2 International Relations, there's an article about the India-Vietnam bilateral relationship. So how Hanoi and New Delhi are fortifying defense ties. From this article, you have to know what are the key takeaways of joint vision statement on India-Vietnam defense partnership towards 2030, potential of India-Vietnam relations, challenges in this context, conclusion and what can be the possible scenario ahead. Moving further on page number 10 from GS2 Polity and Governance, article about Indian laws on abortions. So from this article, you have to know how did abortion laws come about in India? How has the MTP Act evolved from 1971 to 2021? What is this MTP Amendment Act 2021? Have there been judicial intervention in cases of abortion? And further on, what are the criticisms against the abortion law and what can be the possible scenario ahead? Moving further on page number 11 from GS3 Science and Technology, article says implications of India's new VPN rules. So from this article, you have to know who all will be affected by the new rules. What is a virtual server and what are its uses? Can server reallocation and virtualization help VPN providers circumvent the new rules? Further on, how will the law impact India's IT sector? Moving further on page number 14 from GS3 Environment Sector, two articles. First article is headlined as From July 1, Himachal to buy back single-use plastic. From this article, you have to know what is single-use plastic and this has been in news quite lately. How will the ban be enforced and how are other countries dealing with single-use plastic? Another article states that Odisha to install siren to caution elephant movement in the forest. And from this article, you have to know about the relevance of siren system to reduce human-elephant encounters and other related steps. All right. Moving further on page number 16 from GS3 Economy Sector, there's an article about cryptocurrency. So the article is headlined as Decrypting the Crypto Myth. Now, from this article, you have to know, first of all, what is the cryptocurrency? What are the benefits associated with cryptocurrency? And what are the drawbacks? Further on, you have to know the ways to handle the discrepancies in cryptocurrency. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Headlines of the Day, The Hindu. I'll see you with more such videos. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.